Then we'll discuss a new topic called zero trust. What is zero trust? Let us try to understand. So zero trust is a concept where we don't trust anyone by default. Okay. So here you are not going to trust anyone by default. It can be a system, it can be a human. You are not going to trust anyone by default. Okay. So include both humans and systems. So why we don't trust anyone? So what is the reason of not trusting anyone? So we have some modern challenges. Okay. So in today's network, threats have increased because of new technologies like smartphones, cloud computing, IoT, and more employees working from home. So these are some challenges we are having. Okay, and we are having insufficient measures. Okay, like traditional defense technologies like firewall alone is not sufficient. So when these technologies comes into the picture, only the firewall is not enough to tackle these challenges. Okay, we need multiple layers of security here. We need the deperimeterized approach. Okay, deperimeterized means previously it was a perimeterized approach. It was dependent only on firewall. Now after emerging these technologies, we need the deperimeterized approach. Okay, we should not be dependent on firewall. We need multi-layer of security. Okay, so a deperimeterized approach is necessary, incorporating multi-layers of encryption, authentication, and enhanced security. All right. So zero trust. What is the meaning? Okay, what is the meaning of zero trust here? So zero trust assumes no one is trusted by default. You are not going to trust anyone by default. Follows the principle of trust nothing, verify everything. So if you're not trusting anyone, what you will do? What will be your next step? You will verify the things. Okay. After verifying the things only, you will allow the other guy or system to access your network. Okay. So this ensures that every user device action is verified before accessing data or system, making it essential for securing today's network. Okay. So that is why we should not trust anyone. We need to verify everything before providing the access. Then we are having two planes in this zero trust concept. The first plane is known as control plane. The second plane is known as data plane. Control plane, it sets the rules for who can access what. For example, we can block the access from 1.1.1.1 to 2.2.2.2. Let us say we are configuring the access control list. So where you will configure the access control list, where you will provide the rules in the control plane. Then data plane checks the request. Okay, it will see the request is coming from 1.1.1.1 and he wants to access 2.2.2.2. So it will block the request. So data plane checks the request, follows the rules. So data plane will take the action, control plane will provide the rules. Then what are the common tasks of control plane? As we have discussed, we are having control plane and data plane. So let us discuss the common tasks done by control plane. Then we will see the different tasks done by data plane. So control plane, it will do the adaptive identity. We will discuss, okay, what is the meaning of all these 4 points. Then it will do the threat scope reduction, policy driven access control, and it secures the zone as well. So let us discuss about these 4 points one by one. Adaptive identity means it will do the real-time validation based on user behavior, device, and location. What does it mean by adaptive identity here? Let us say 1.1.1 tries to access from a new device or location. What this adaptive identity will do, it will ask for extra verification step. Okay, so it will do the real-time validation. It will check. Okay, 1 hour before this guy was accessing from this device, now he is accessing from another device. So provide some extra verification here. All right. Then it will do the threat scope reduction as well. So it limits the access to what is necessary, minimizing the attack surface. Okay, so let us say you are having the finance employee. So what this threat scope reduction means, it will allow finance employee to access only the finance data. Okay. So what is the example here? If 1.1.1.1 needs to access 2.2.2.2 for a specific task like downloading files, so it will allow 1.1 to access only downloading the file. So it will minimize the risk for a wider breach. Okay, it will not provide the users full access here. Okay, whatever they need, whatever the useful for them, that access will be provided to the users to avoid the attacks here. Then it will also do the policy driven access control. What does it mean by policy driven access control? Enforces access policies based on user roles. So whatever the user role, like a Bob to access 2.2.2.2 if he's an unauthorized if he's an authorized employee. So it will allow the Bob to access 2.2.2.2 if he's an authorized employee. Okay, so it will do the uh, user base. Okay, based on the user role, it will provide the access. Then it will also do the secured zone. It will also create the secured zone. Secured zone in the sense, it will create the, let us say this is your complete network. Okay, if you are having the, if you are having some secured file, so what it will do, it will create the secured environment or isolated environment for your important files. Okay, so isolated environment for sensitive data, accessible only to the authorized user. So it is creating the secured zone. So how you will create the secured zone? Like you can use the VLANs. Okay, VLANs, it will divide one single broadcast domain into multiple broadcast domain. It is creating the logical boundaries here. So with the help of VLAN also, we can create the isolated environment. With the help of subnetting also, we can create the isolated environment with the help of firewall. Okay, as we have discussed in our basic classes, firewall is having three zones: trusted zone, untrusted zone, and DMZ. Okay, again, what are these zones here? They are the isolated environments. Even you can do the physical segmentation as well. Like you can have a separate device, okay, and which is not connected to your network. So you can do the physical segmentation as well. Based on your requirement, you can select any one of the methods, or you can use all the methods together. Then let us discuss about the data plane, key elements or tasks. So data plane includes two key parts. Again, data plane is having two parts: subject and policy enforcement point. What is the meaning of subject here? Subject, this can be an employee, a computer, or an application. We verify their identity. So what this uh, data plane will do, it will check the subject. Okay, the subject can be an employee, computer, or application. It will check the subject here. Then policy enforcement point, this is where we decide allow or deny. So after checking the subjects, it will decide whether to allow or deny the employee, computer, application, etc. Okay, so zero trust means we verify every user and device. Okay, as threats can come from inside or outside the network. So threat can be coming from anywhere. We don't need to trust anyone here. We need to verify each and everything.